Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. I am Chad. I'm the Resellerrockefeller. Today is April the 25th. As you can tell, I'm sitting in my office. I've been doing a bunch of work all morning, just getting items listed and just trying to get, questions answered on eBay. I had a bunch of questions on Amazon for some reason. I haven't uploaded a video in quite some time, so I figured why not, let's make a video today. Today's video is not going to be about anything specific. We're just going to be doing a bunch of different things, so make sure you stick around until the end of the video. Basically, we're going to be doing all kinds of different things, really. I mean, I got to go into Gainesville, I got to go to Best Buy, I got to go return an item. Also, I'm going to go see about finding some stuff. I'm going to go to a couple of thrift stores and see if I can find something that I can resell. I like to just, stop in, a thrift store or two if I'm in Gainesville because I moved out to the country. So now anytime that I take a trip into town, I usually like to make the best of my, time and money and gas. So I usually stop in and see if there's anything that I can buy. But yeah, also I'm going to show you a couple of items that I picked up yesterday. Yesterday I was driving, I think I was going down 8th Avenue, right near 13th Street. Obviously none of you folks know where that's at, but it's right near the University of Florida. Well, the students throw away all kind of stuff. It is one of the best places to go dumpster diving and just, you can find all kinds of different items near the University of Florida. The students literally just throw stuff all the time. Valuable items. I mean, I found some of the, one time about 2 years ago, just to share a story with you guys. About 2 years ago, I was driving down the road and I passed by a really big sectional couch. One of those big couches that are kind of shaped in, kind of like an L. I drove by it and I immediately could tell that this couch was extremely nice. So I pulled over. Lo and behold, this couch is like a 1980s leather couch. Now this couch was made by no company. This couch was handmade. Somebody made this couch in their home or office or building. I mean, obviously they must have had a workshop. It was made out of what they call like raw leather, like a cowhide leather. It was just amazing. The stitching, everything about this couch was amazing. And I found it on the side of the road. It was amazing. I picked it up. I loaded it into my truck. I drove home. I listed it on Facebook Marketplace and it sold within just a matter of minutes. I swear to you. I listed it and a few minutes later I had a person message me and they said, "We are in the Tampa area. We will come up tomorrow to buy the couch." So I said, sure, I'll hold it for you. I'll take it off of Facebook Marketplace. And sure enough, they drove up here the next day. They had a really nice truck and trailer. Turns out that they actually owned a very upscale used furniture store in Tampa, downtown Tampa. I'm not really that familiar with Tampa, but for all of you that live in the Tampa area, you probably know what the store, what store I'm actually referring to. But I can't remember the gentleman's name, but it was him and his wife. They told me all about the store, and me and him got along great because they're in the reselling business. I'm in the reselling business. And after we spoke for a few minutes and, we had a couple of drinks together and we just were, talking and going back and forth, I actually told him that I found the couch in the trash, and he was just blown away. He really did not believe me at first, and then afterwards you could tell that he kind of like reality set in because he paid me $2,500 for this couch. No joke, $2,500 is what I sold the couch for. It was an amazing find. And so ever since then, and even before then, I always go into dumpsters. I always look in trash piles because you never know what you're going to find. One of my earliest experiences with finding something really nice in a trash pile was when I was like 8 years old. We lived in New Orleans, Louisiana, and me and my father were driving down the street, and he seen a huge trash pile. We pulled over. I wasn't driving at that time. I was only 8 years old, but we pulled over. We went, started going through the trash pile, and I pulled out it kind of was like an old suitcase. And I opened it up, and it was just full of magic tricks. Little cups and balls and wands, and, it just had all kinds of weird magic tricks. We loaded it up. We took it home. I started to play with the magic tricks. And then I got into magic for a couple of years. And about a year or two later, I took those magic tricks down to a friend's store that actually sold magic tricks and the books, and he was a magician himself. And anyways, he ended up telling me that these items were actually extremely valuable, and they were from like the 1970s, or no, 1950s, I think. They were just extremely old magic tricks. Tons of different, there was one called the Hot Rod, which was like it was a piece of Bakelite, like an old school plastic, and it had stones on each side. And it was a trick where you could change the color of the stones. Well, that actual trick was called Hot Rod, and it was worth like hundreds and hundreds of dollars. But, long story short, those tricks I actually kept, and I held on to them for many, many years. And then about 8 years later, we lived in Orlando, Florida. We stayed at a place called Vacation Village, and our home burnt down. The entire house burnt to the ground, and I lost all of those magic tricks. But anyways, that was like my first find ever in the trash that was actually like something valuable. And ever since then, I was hooked. I was hooked, line, and sinkered. And every time I see a trash pile, I usually get out and I look. Unless it looks like trash, then I'll just keep driving. But anyways, yesterday I found some stuff in the trash, and I got those items. And we're going to go outside. We're going to take a look at those items. And then we're going to head to the post office. I got to pack and ship a couple of orders. Then we're going to head off to the post office, and then we're going to possibly go to a couple of thrift stores. So make sure you stick around until the end of the video. Let's go. Okay, the first item that I picked out of a dumpster is this huge duffel bag. I am not even sure what's inside of it. I picked it up, and I did notice that it had some weight to it, but I'm not 100% sure what exactly it is. It has a frog on the front. I've never heard of the brand, but it does say Adventure Gear. So I wanted to wait until I got home to go through it. So it is a surprise to me, just as it is a surprise to you. So we're just going to start opening up these pouches one at a time, and we're going to see what's in here. I have no clue. There could be a dead animal in here. There could be drugs. There could be guns. I have no clue, but it was found. It was right in the top of a dumpster. I think it did get rained on just because we had rain yesterday and the dumpster was completely full. So I think it got rain on, but maybe the items inside are not damaged. All right, let's see what we got. This first pouch down here, I don't know if there's anything in here. So this pouch appears to, no, it's not empty. We have some zip ties, Trident, dive accessories. Oh, so this might be a diver's bag. What else do we got in here? We have a glow stick, yellow light stick, and the date on this is, looks like it's from 2003. Well, that's the only thing that's in that pouch. So let's go to the top one. All right, we got some other stuff here. Dive Saver Kit. So this is definitely somebody's dive kit. There might be some good stuff in here. So that's one item. Oh, I see a watch. Let's see what this is. It's an El Cheapo Shark. I don't know, I've never heard of that brand, but maybe we're gonna have to look it up. It says Shark Freestyle, 330 feet. Huh. So we got a watch, dive saver kit, Trident, which is a bubblegum brand. We have some papers, some kind of looks like some kind of buckles. Dacor has a part number. I don't know if those are worth anything. And that's all that's in that pouch. Let's move to this side pouch. I have a good feeling about this side one. It's kind of hard for me to open this with just one hand, but I'm gonna do the best I can for the content. All right. Yep, it is completely empty. The only thing that is in here is a tennis ball. Well, folks, it's not looking too good. There is definitely something in the big pouch, though, because it is heavy. That pouch is empty. I think I opened that pouch, actually, when I pulled it out of the dumpster. But I can feel that there is something in this big side, because it is just heavy. I'm hoping it's something worth money. Oh, it is actually a vest. Well, no, it looks like something to do with dive. There's this rubber hose, but it does have mold on it. You can tell. All right, let's go ahead and pull this out. That's it. It is some kind of like dive vest, dive jacket. I'm not 100%. Ooh, look at that. There's a knife right there. That's pretty cool. Look at that. Stainless, made in Italy. That might actually have some value. It's made in Italy. Look at that. Dive knife. It's got a little bit of rust on there, but you know, a little bit of rust didn't hurt nobody. I can get that out. Anyways, it's got this mouthpiece. It's got this thing here, which I'm not sure what that is. I guess this holds the tank. And then there's some kind of, this is some kind of air device on the back. And it's got these sandbags in there. That's what the weight was. I knew that there was, you know, it was a little heavier than expected. There's the name of it there. Can't really see what it says. Manufactured by, I don't know if that's a Z or a Eagle Systems. Anyways, there's a few other items in here that looks like there is some shoes that are in horrible condition. Some kind of dive boots. There's some other shoes in there, but all of it has gotten wet, so it's in horrible condition. But anyways, this gives you an idea. This is what I found. This was in the trash. I'm not really sure if that's going to be worth anything, but we'll definitely check it out. I'll try to look it up and see. Also, the knife, that's probably the coolest thing, I think. Probably should be able to sell that. Not really sure what it's worth, but I'll be able to look it up. And all this other stuff I'll probably just throw away. Doesn't seem to be no value in the shoes. I don't think the bag is in you know, sellable condition. It got wet, and it has this, you know, this really soggy, wet look, feel, touch. But anyways, that's one of the items that I picked up. Let me show you the second item. Okay, so the next item that I picked up, this was in a bag of clothing. I pulled the bag of clothing out of the dumpster, and I went through all of the clothing, and the only item that I found that I thought was something that could actually be resold is this Polo by Ralph Lauren. It says made in the USA. It's like a teal green color. It has the metal buttons on the front. It's in really good condition. It doesn't have any rips, any stains. Pretty good condition. It's a full zip jacket. It's got the older style zipper. So not really sure what this was, you know, its actual value. But hey, it was free. I was already at the dumpster, so you can't beat it. Maybe I'll be able to get, you know, 20 bucks, 15 bucks, something like that. But yeah, this was the other item that I found in the dumpster. And I just can't wait until the students leave. We're going to be hitting pretty much every neighborhood and every dumpster, and we're going to find some really cool stuff. Okay, so we are off to the post office to drop off some packages. And then I also, I need to go to Best Buy. I got to return I don't know what you would call it. It's like a tripod for the GoPro. It is, it's this one, the 3-way tripod. Anyways, I got to return that one because it just doesn't work the way that I wished it would work, I guess. I mean, it's great for if you're just gonna hold the camera, but if you try to like set up the tripod and use it as a tripod, it just doesn't sit level. It like sits like it's leaning. So anyways, I'm not gonna waste my money on it. I'm gonna go return it, and I'm gonna order a better tripod online. Okay, so I just dropped the packages off at the post office, and right around the corner is a Goodwill. I don't really go to thrift stores that much, but when I'm, near one, I usually stop by. I don't really shop at them like every day, but every now and then I will go inside of a Goodwill or thrift store. We have a couple of really good, like privately owned thrift stores that I usually find some decent stuff at. But every now and then I do find items at Goodwill. So let's head over to Goodwill. It's right around the corner, and let's see if we can actually find something to resell today. Yeah, that one. This one. Not too bad. That's missing the back. Pretty cool. Well, there was nothing over in the hard goods. Forever 21 caught my eye for a second, but it's obviously nothing. I like to always look at the jackets, because you never know what you're gonna find. I found some really good jackets before. I try to look for stuff that stands out. Vintage, anything that's, got that vintage look. Denim also, I love denim. Doesn't look like much here. Well, that Goodwill had absolutely nothing. I went in there thinking I was gonna make some money, and I went out without anything in my hands. So we're off to the next Goodwill. There's another Goodwill up the road, and then there's also a Habitat for Humanity, which is a thrift store that I usually find some pretty good stuff at. But the bad thing is that store, whoever is managing that store, they have people that look the items up. Like, they know if they have a real antique or something that's actually worth some kind of, real money, they'll look it up and they'll price it accordingly. But every now and then I find like some kind of weird item, something that they don't really think is valuable, and they just kind of throw it on the shelf. Those are the kinds of items that I find there. And every now and then I'll find like a really good antique, or a collectible or something. Even though they looked it up, they just priced it a little low, and I still was able to make money on it. So it's definitely a thrift store that's, obviously every thrift store is worth, going into, because you never know what you're going to find, or what, the possibilities of finding something are always better if you're out there trying to find items. If you're never out there trying to find items, you're never really going to find anything. And I know that that's a big issue with a lot of people. Lots of resellers, I can't find anything, or, how do you always come across these great deals? It's because I'm always out and about. I'm always looking for stuff. I'm always on Craigslist. I'm always on, Facebook Marketplace. And the more you put yourself out there, the more deals, you're going to be able to come across. The better deals you're going to be able to come across. So it's, you know, it's all about putting yourself in a situation to where you're possibly going to be able to find stuff. Okay, we're going to go into the Heaven Attic resale store. Hopefully we're going to be able to find some stuff. Let's head in. Cart. Louisville Slugger, or no, it's not a Louisville Slugger, is it? H&B model 14W, and it is $64.99. That's crazy. I've sold these in the past. I think I got like 25 bucks for this model, and they want $64.99. Pretty high. Nice piece of glass, but not for that price. Found this this Nissan radio, PP2514L, comes out of a Nissan. I'm gonna see how much they want for it. Doesn't have a price tag on it. So just left the thrift store, and the only thing that I found was this factory. It is a Nissan factory radio, which has the tape deck and the CD player. It's a Bose, and it's just a factory head unit, but these always sell really good. Anytime that you can find a factory head unit for somewhat of a decent car. I mean, this obviously is kind of outdated because it has a tape deck, but you would be surprised to see how many people are trying to maybe repair their CD player in their car, or something happened to the tape deck. But anyways, I've sold these in the past, so I know that they bring pretty good money. I'm not specifically sure about this model. I don't think I've ever actually sold this model, but I have sold factory head units like this. I looked this one up briefly, and it seems to be selling really good. So we're gonna give it a shot and list it and see how much we can get for it. I paid $6.99. I'm hoping I should be able to get at least $75 to $100. Okay, so we just made it back to the warehouse, and I need to get ready. I have a guy coming to pick up this driving lawnmower that I picked up at a garage sale a couple of weeks ago. Usually I don't mess with bigger items, like large items like go-karts and lawnmowers and things of that nature. But every now and then I will buy something like that if I think it's just like, you know, an item that's going to, you know, sell fast. It's just going to be a quick flip, and I'm going to make a little bit of money. So I purchased a driving lawnmower. I pulled up to a garage sale. There wasn't that much stuff at the garage sale, but I've seen the driving lawnmower. I asked them if it was for sale. They said yes. I said how much. They said make us an offer. So I basically, you know, went to the lawnmower. I looked at it. It didn't run. It wouldn't crank up. She said, would you give me 50 bucks? I looked in my wallet. I had $40 in my wallet. So I offered them 40. They accepted, and I purchased the lawnmower. Funny thing is I literally purchased the lawnmower without knowing if it even ran. But I took their word on it. They told me that it ran. And they mowed their grass with it a few weeks prior, and the battery just died. So I loaded it up in my pickup truck. I drove it home. I had to charge the battery, and I also had to buy a wheel for it. So anyways, I have somebody. He's coming. He's on his way. He purchased the lawnmower off of Facebook Marketplace, and he gave me 300 bucks. So not a bad deal at all. I made $260, and all I had to do was charge a battery, and then I spent $12 on putting a tire on the front rim. So this is the lawnmower right here. It's not in the best condition, but it definitely cuts good. It runs good. Everything works on it. It has a key. I had to charge the battery, and I had to put a tire on the front. So that left front tire right here is brand new. That cost me like 12 bucks. I bought it at like I think it was Home Depot or Lowe's. It came with the rim and everything. So it really wasn't a bad deal. And anyways, he's coming to pick it up. He gave me 300 bucks, and I think he got a good deal. And obviously, I made out pretty good. $260 profit for absolutely hardly any work at all. That was purchased a couple of weeks ago, so it didn't even take that long to sell. I actually only had it listed for maybe 4 or 5 days. I just listed it not that long ago. So anyways, that was a good deal. Okay, so the lawnmower is gone. The guy just came and picked the lawnmower up, and that brings me to the end of today's video. Sorry I didn't actually do any more filming. I was gonna do some more video, but I have some other items that need to that actually got to be delivered, so I'm gonna load them up on my trailer. I'm gonna be taking a couple of different items. I have a golf cart that I've been trying to sell for like the past year. It's a really nice golf cart. I've owned it for about 3.5 years, but it's just been something that we just don't use that much anymore, and I'm looking to get some kind of like off-road vehicle. So I told my wife that I would get rid of the golf cart. I'm also going to be getting rid of my dirt bike probably, because we're just trying to clear house and get rid of a few items that I don't really. I ride my dirt bike every now and then. It's really fun, but I want something that, me, the wife, and the kids can get on, and something that we can all have fun on at the same time. So we're liquidating a few items, and we're getting rid of some stuff to make way for the new item to come. We don't really know what we're going to get yet, but we're basically looking at some kind of 4x4 off-road vehicle, something that's pretty cool and can seat 4 people. So anyways, I just want to say thanks a lot for coming and watching another video. Sorry I didn't talk about a lot of reselling topics, but hopefully you liked the video. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I really appreciate it. Go down and hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. Until next time, I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot for coming and watching another video. Peace.